How's it going, guys? It's Noir back with another video. I'm making another video today about making your own MIDI samples. I'm always trying to learn and improve my game, so I'll be making heaps of videos like this in the future. This doubles as like practice and learning new techniques to show you guys as well. So making MIDI samples is what we're doing today. I made one a bit earlier, and I'm going to break it down for you guys and show you what I did, and hopefully you agree that it sounds like a vinyl sample or something along those lines, something old, right? That's what I was going for here. Let's get into it. This is what my sample sounds like altogether first. I also added drums and a bass to make a full beat, but I'll keep them off until the end. This is what it sounds like by itself. So you can hear it's pretty gritty, a lot of different textures happening right now. I still used a few samples, which I'll get to in a bit, but none of them were used for the melodic components. First thing I started with making this whole MIDI sample was the violin. So I started with this chord here. It's just the same chord repeated, but what I did is I took the top note of the chord and cut it in half, so in the second half of each chord it doesn't play. So this is what I've got, and then I clicked on this button here, and under mixer you can do track volume, and this is the curve I created for it. So you can see when I press play on it here, you'll be able to hear the way this curve works. So I reached for the same violin patch and then use the low notes. It automatically goes to a cello, I think. And I just put the same note, which is the bottom note of the chord, but pitched down an octave. So it added a bit more depth. This is what it sounds like with that too. Then the next thing I reached for, I was thinking of a melody of some sort. I wasn't really sure what to play, I couldn't really think. And I ended up going with the piano, which is a very safe bet. A lot of piano's used in a lot of different music, so it was a pretty safe bet for that. So this is what it sounds like with the piano on. And then below all the MIDI layers, I've got the vinyl sound. I explained briefly in my last video about making MIDI samples that when it comes to vinyl sound, you want to use a sample. If you're trying to make your MIDI sound like a sample, you have to remember that the vinyl sound will be the same over and over in a repeated sample. So this is what it sounds like with the vinyl sound added. And then the last thing I added, I was feeling this a lot. I thought it already sounded good, but I wanted a bit of an ambient noise of some sort. I was thinking rain at the start, and then I ended up finding this thunder sample, and it actually has rain in the start of it, and then the second half it's got thunder. So I made it really quiet and just limited the frequencies, but it's just in the background and it adds a bit of ambience, which is important. You can probably barely hear it, but it's important to add a subtle ambience. And so after that, I like the way it sounded. I'll play the whole sample again, and then I'll add the drums in and the bass, and we'll call it a day. And there you go, guys, another MIDI sample video done. Important note to add as well, don't forget your reverbs. They're important. Make sure it's always the same reverb that you put on everything, whether you're using it as a send or if you're putting it on individually and adjusting the strengths, make sure it's the same reverb because you want it to all sound like it's coming from the same place. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.